Well, we did it again. We have somehow come into another week with some of the funniest, craziest, most bizarre, and possibly offensive things. Possibly.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. It depends on who you are.
Offended. Yeah, I mean, but there are. It's a minority for sure that could be offended.
But there's not. Yeah, I've often said this on the show. Like, I'm not offended for other people.
Yeah,
this might be one time I could make an exception to it. So
yeah, and it's going to be the last thing that we talk about. It's going to be the last thing we cover tonight. That's in the biz. That's what we call a hook or a tease, a little teaser. We're letting you know you'll be horribly offended if you make it to the end of the show.
Sure.
Well, we got some good ones tonight, man, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I think, yeah, let's just jump into this stupid thing and get it done.
I like it.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Heyo! Welcome everybody. You Get the Horn Show. This is the big show. Tad and Jeff here. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I tied a noose earlier today, but I untied it to be able to do the show tonight. So,
well, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I will say next week's episode is still pending, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
It's too early to tell.
It's day to day, week to week for me right now. So, but we will we'll just see what we can get accomplished. And I'll tell you, I saw this clip earlier this week, and again, just to let people know up front, sometimes we'll sit and talk about things going on. Sometimes we have clips that we find that we think are interesting. If you're listening on the podcast, you can go on YouTube and see the things we're talking about, but we do describe them, so you have somewhat of a sense of some of the clips that we talk about, and then we'll play them and you can hear them. Sometimes it's worth seeing them. You can go to our YouTube page, You Get the Horn Show, and have a look at some of the stuff, and it's gonna be pretty good. So, yeah. So this first one I saw, there are things like just certain things where you see, and it's kind of like, particularly when it involves kids. You have kids, I don't have kids. I feel like sometimes you see people and they're okay with something that their kid does because it's their kid. But anyone on the outside is like, oh, I would strangle that kid. But it's kind of like, oh, you just got to make the best of it because it's your kid, right? This is that exact type of situation because in recent years, we've been seeing more and more about gender reveal parties. This is what happens when you decide to involve your child in a gender reveal. And let's just have a look and listen. We have the parents out on the deck. Everybody's there. They have a huge balloon. This is really exciting. It's a black balloon. And what are they going to do? They're going to tell the kid, you have to pop the balloon. And we're going to see whatever the powder is inside, whatever the color is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kid tries it, but she's scared to pop the balloon. She freaks out. Mom takes it. And she throws the dart away. And then, the balloon is gone. And she completely ruined the whole thing. So essentially the kid throws the dart that they're supposed to be using. The mom runs over to go grab the dart, but she was holding on to the balloon. It looked like it was weighted down, but apparently it was not tied onto that weight and lets it go. And the thing just now is in outer space somewhere.
And we still have no idea if it was a boy or a girl.
No idea. It's going to be a long wait. Yeah.
I mean,
and honestly, it might be 18, 19 years before we know for sure. Well, based on everything I see in the news, I think that's about when you figure it out.
It's too early anyways to tell these days. So probably for the best.
Don't put any pressure on that fetus. Don't put pressure on the fetus. It's not fair.
Let the child decide.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you give it another year or two and it can decide on its own. You don't have to. No pressure. But I saw that, and that's the exact type of thing, right? Is where you have all your friends over. You hear the people screaming in the background, right? All the friends and family, everybody's crowded around. Everybody's excited to see this. And they're like, "Oh, pop the balloon, honey." And she's like, "Oh, I'm scared. I don't know. It's a big balloon." And then she freaks out, throws it, and then the balloon is lost. No one knows. That is the kind of thing where these people that put so much emphasis on these gender reveal parties, that now is like a memory you cannot have. And it's just going to be, eventually it'll be funny, I guess, because who really cares about a gender reveal party? Like,
Right.
at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not knocking people that have them,
No.
but I don't really like, that was never a thing until recently. And it was just a way to have TikTok videos, basically.
Sure.
It's not a real need to have a gender reveal party.
That's it.
I mean, you already have, what are all the different parties, right? You have, what's a baby shower?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're married, you have whatever those parties are, all the different things, wedding showers and
Bridal showers, bachelor parties.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like everything's a party. Everything's a party. And then obviously when you get divorced, you have a divorce party.
Oh yeah.
And of course, obviously the couple goes on their honeymoon. And then now it's like if you have a kid, chances are you're going to be getting stuff when you have the kid anyway. But now just like the idea that we know what gender the kid is worthy of a party. Seems a little crazy, but again, people just do what they want to do for attention. Probably I said TikTok, it really was Facebook that would have started all that stuff. Pre-Facebook, there were no gender reveal parties. I guarantee you that wasn't a thing.
No, definitely wasn't a thing. I mean, and it looked like in the video, like she was going to reprimand the poor child who was, just scared to pop a balloon, nervous in front of all these people. So she goes to reprimand the child
in front of everyone.
Yeah.
You have a giant 4-foot like black balloon, and you're giving a child a dart and asking it to pop this huge balloon right in front of its face. Like, I wouldn't even love that idea. I'd kind of turn my head a little bit. And like, okay.
Yeah.
So this kid's like 4 years old that you're asking to like jab this balloon.
Yeah. Maybe the pressure was a little too much for a 4-year-old. Now we'll never know.
That's right. Now we'll have no idea.
Well, we don't have a way of knowing now.
No, there's absolutely no way. Like, that information's lost. The only way we can find out is if there's a guy who like puts a video out and he's covered in blue or pink dust, and he's like, I don't know what it came down from the sky.
Come from? Aliens? I don't know.
It's gotta be aliens.
Global warming?
Is this a biblical plague?
Could you imagine the person that happens to? Like,
well, I mean, that balloon's going to pop. I mean, there's no getting around that. It's going to pop.
You just see these blue or pink confetti just fall down from. What is happening?
What is going on here? This doesn't seem possible. No, it is possible. It's possible because of that child.
That child.
Young jerk.
She seems excited to have a baby brother or sister, so she's pretty pumped. So.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
And then I'll take you to another one. People, there's mental illness in society. I mean, I think I'm pretty sure we can all agree to that. Okay. I see it literally on a daily basis. This is in a police station. And I'm going to show this. This guy comes in, no shirt on. He grabs hand sanitizer and just starts spraying a giant industrial jug of hand sanitizer all over himself. And I'm talking all over his chest, his back, his head, everything. 3 cops have now surrounded him. And they tase
him. They need
to
subdue him. Yeah.
They tase this guy. So problem is he bursts into flames because of the alcohol in the hand sanitizer that he's covered his body with. He's rolling around on the floor of the police station covered in flames. This other guy, the cop that just came in, is just kind of staring like, well, this is weird, man. He's like, now they're coming in like that at the last minute. Now this guy comes in, he's trying to help. Like, bro, the fire's out. You've seen that the fire's out. There's no audio on this clip, but it would be a great one to be able to hear. But yeah, can you imagine? Now, again, maybe since this guy's a criminal, why are you letting him do this?
Well, the first time he goes for that, why aren't you now trying to subdue him? Here's the sad part about this, Tad. This guy died from this.
Did he really? I didn't even like look at the rest of it.
He
Wow.
died. He succumbed to his injuries. Presumably, I guess it was probably the fire inhalation
I would assume.
from his, in his lungs. But yeah, this guy ended up losing his life over this.
That's terrible. And you know what? That should be a major lawsuit. I'm not someone more often than not who sides on the idea that, everyone should sue the government or this or that for every little thing that happens to them. But this guy came in here, no shirt on, no shoes on, not handcuffed though, and then was allowed to do this. And they didn't even attempt to stop him. They just tased him.
And you had the opportunity. There's 3 guys. Why was he not already handcuffed?
Exactly.
And then when you see him start picking up the sanitizer, why are you not at that point tackling him or doing something to him to subdue him?
Yeah.
And then after you think, well, we got to get this guy down, so let's tase him.
Just instantly tase him.
When he puts alcohol all over himself.
I don't get it. I don't get it. That's lazy policing. That's lazy police work right there.
And then they all leave. One guy peeks around the corner like, is he still on fire? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let me back out let me back out slowly.
Yeah.
He did the Simpsons meme.
Yeah.
He goes back into through the bushes.
Yeah.
And then after the fire's out, the other guy comes back in like, oh, you still on fire? No, you're good. Okay, let me pretend like I'm patting you out at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy ends up succumbing to his injuries and passing away, according to the article I read on it. So
crazy.
Can't say 100% that it's true, but it's all over that the guy passed away. So what a way to go.
Yeah.
So clearly he was either drunk or not in his right mind.
Right.
And this is what we do.
Yeah. It's got to be a better way.
You would think so.
And just err on the side of handcuffs, if nothing else. I mean,
sure. And
you
why
got 3 guys there and you can't control them. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And why is there an industrial sized bottle of hand sanitizer just sitting on the floor, easily accessible to a guy that's clearly not in his right mind, dousing himself with it?
Right.
Great work, guys.
Yeah.
Great work.
Our best and brightest. Now, I'll tell you, I saw something too the other day that is actually impressive and actually is great work. And this I'm going to kind of explain a little bit again for our podcast listeners. I want people to be able to see this. This is about Formula One racing. And specifically, because we know in sports, right, there's always evolution. Over time, things get better. Quarterback play now is crazy in comparison to what it was. The players are so much faster and stronger and everything than they ever used to be. This I thought was really, really fascinating, though, as it comes to the pit stops, right? We know in NASCAR and Formula One, they have pit stops where they change the tires, they refuel the vehicle and all of that kind of stuff. And in that time, I mean, it's not just seconds, it's tenths of seconds that count. This little clip here documents the change that has happened in Formula One pit times. So in 1990, here's I think it's the Ferrari team. Their pit stop here is almost 9 seconds, 8.95 seconds. 10 years later, in 2000, the same team now does that same pit stop in 7.22. So they cut almost 2 seconds off. Go forward another 10 years in 2010, and now they're doing the same thing in 4.1 seconds. That sounds incredible, right? Went from 9 to 4. Now 1.82 seconds in 2020.
Oh my God.
1.82. I mean, you can, and then now 2023. How fast? 1.78. 1.78 seconds to change 4 tires and refuel a race car. It was almost 9 seconds just in 1990.
Which was still impressive to change 4 tires and gas up a car is pretty impressive. I put my car up on some blocks just recently, and I'm telling you, it took me like 5 minutes just to get up one side of the car.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean,
No, I mean, these guys, to be able to take it from 9 seconds to 1 point something. I mean, and that's just constant evolution, right? I mean, we're talking about a 30-year period of time, but it's just progressively finding ways to improve, get a little faster, get a little better, get a little bit, and those tenths of a second, even we're talking about the whole seconds, the tenths of a second create an edge over other teams.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible that to be able to go through and accomplish, that improvement over that time is insane.
Just, yeah, the technology that goes into these cars and stuff. I still would love to know how you fill a gas. I don't know what they're doing or how they.
How does the liquid get in there? Just like, how does it work? The gravity
that quick. Yeah, just the sheer gravity of it all. It's just the technology that goes into this stuff is amazing. I mean, imagine going to a quick lube change and getting done in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you'd be like,
You're like, do I even need to get out of the car?
Yeah. Are you sure you're done?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Am I going to go down the road and all 4 of my tires are just going to fly off?
Yeah. It's incredible stuff, man. And they're just really, really like, that is a tremendous skill set. And it's something that when you're watching races, I mean, yeah, you notice like, wow, they really did that fast, but it's part of it. Every team has, the pit crews and the pit stops, and that's just kind of built in. But the idea that you think like, how much faster can they go? I mean, they're almost, what are they, 85% faster now than they were in 1990? Yeah. How can you get 85% faster again from where they are now? 1 point some seconds, 1.38 seconds. I mean, can you do it in a tenth of a second or something? There's only
you so literally
much you can
pull in, pull out. Yeah. That's it. Like, how do you, and how and why do you even get any quicker than what you did?
Is that not good enough? Because here's the thing, it's crazy, right? Those people now, when they're looking at that time, all of them are trying to figure out how do we cut some of this down? How can we possibly, like, how can we go faster than this? How can we cut it down? Other people are going to figure it out. How do we go faster? You can't be satisfied. They can never look at that and just go, dang, that's pretty good. Like 1.38 seconds. Nobody's beating that. It's like, nope.
Yeah.
Somebody will. It's going to get under a second. It won't be that long. Someone will do it in under a second.
I can't sneeze that fast. Like I just, it's impossible.
Yeah.
To do all of that and that quickly. I mean, there's a ton of people around there, but still, like, just the like, how many times a week do they practice that?
Yeah. Because no matter what, you got to zip every one of those lugs off the tire. You got to pull the tire. You got to put the new tire on. You got to zip every one of those lugs. There are 4 tires. Not to mention refueling the car. Obviously, there's not one person that's doing all of them. You see, there's a guy putting it on. There's a guy zipping it on. There's a guy pulling the tire off. It doesn't matter. Like this, there's still physical motion and movement that has to be done. How can you do it too much faster than that?
I mean, even if it's just one lug, and I couldn't tell in that video, they were going so fast, I couldn't even tell how many times they would put that on. Even if it's just one lug, still get it off, get it on, in that quick of a time is unbelievable. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, and it just tells you that, like, there's this constant thing, this constant evolution, this constant grind, and you look at it across all sports, and it's trying to find that edge, and that edge is not found in whole seconds anymore, man. It's found in tenths and hundredths of seconds.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, when you have all the cars that are equipped or supposed to be equipped, I mean, we find cheating all the time in sports racing, but everything is set up exactly the same. So every car has the same horsepower, has the same, it's just finding that little edge. And what a great way to do it in the pit stops when you can be 0.4 of a second faster than the next person. And that's all the difference in a win or loss. That's pretty amazing.
Well, and we're talking about constant improvement, right? And I saw a product the other day, and I thought, well, this is maybe going too far. There are certain things that don't need to be improved upon. Mm-hmm. And this story is not that old. Okay. So this was in 2022. The Tropicana company. Now, if I say Tropicana, what do you think of?
Orange juice.
Yeah. So Tropicana created a cereal specifically for orange juice in 2022. A granola-based cereal. And They actually created this. And the whole idea is, and I don't need to like go through the whole thing with you, but the whole idea is that you have a cereal made by Tropicana to have orange juice poured over it instead of milk and eaten. Now, the thing that's really strange when I thought about this, obviously it sounds horrible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once I got past the initial desire to vomit, I started thinking about it and I thought, why though? Like, why does it sound horrible? Not why did they do it, right? That's the
that
obvious.
would be my question.
That's the obvious, right? The obvious is why did they do it? But beyond that, why is it horrible? Because if I ask you when people traditionally drink orange juice, it's a breakfast. So orange juice is traditionally associated with breakfast. If it's there, like what is it about milk and cereal that marry so well? Like if you didn't know anything, right? If you had not grown up eating cereal or anything else, like why would you think milk any more than orange juice? Like orange juice is something you drink at breakfast, but you would never put on cereal. But yet coffee, you could put milk in, you could put creamer in, you could put all these things. If you did all of that, you could probably pour it over cereal and it'd be perfectly good. So like, what is it about orange juice that you just like, oh, it doesn't work? But I can tell you early reviews were that it does not work. People were not interested in it.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Yeah. They
I
did
would
not
say
like it.
everything wouldn't work about that. I mean, just the consistency of orange juice, the taste, the flavor profile of orange juice. You think of it as like a tangy, tart type of a drink. Like, yeah, that would have zero desire to mix that with anything. Like, what else? Like, do you mix with orange juice outside of maybe like, I don't know, say like a champagne or
right. Well, see, the good folks at Tropicana think that it's granola.
Well, yeah,
I mean, this is it, right? Tropicana Crunch. Like you didn't think about that one. You didn't think about granola. That's kind of the obvious.
When I think granola, I'm like, orange juice.
Tropicana Crunch. They're just pouring orange juice into this bowl of what looks like granola, basically. But yes, that was a real thing, and it wasn't that long ago. Tropicana Crunch came out in 2022.
Do you remember a show we did many months ago? It could have even been a year ago at this point that we did about the orange juice or the orange juice flavored cereal.
Yes.
And how awful that did. Apparently they didn't do the research on that.
We say it all the time. You got to listen to You Get the Horns.
Mm-hmm.
If you just tune in to You Get the Horns, we could have saved Tropicana $280 million worth of market research that may have been spent on this product. But I don't know that. Those are not firm numbers, but I'm just saying that it's likely in that ballpark.
Well, it's got to be in the ballpark, yeah.
If I know the orange juice biz the way I feel like I know the orange juice biz, then they probably spent about $280-ish. It's usually about $250 bill if you're going to do any of this stuff.
Any good research is going to cost you $250 bill.
That's right. Yeah, if you're serious. And I think the good people at Tropicana are serious. I have no reason to believe they're an unserious group.
No.
And so if that's the case, then yeah, it's like you just spent $250 million on this, and anyone could have told you. We could have told you it was a mistake. But it does lead me to question this. Companies are constantly trying to find the next thing. And it's not unlike what we just talked about, where, you know, they're trying to find the best way to be faster in a pit stop, right? They're looking for that evolution, that next bit of improvement, the next bit to squeeze another dime out of the buying public to say, hey, we're Tropicana, we make orange juice. Can we also make cereal and then get people to use the cereal? I'll tell you this, there's a commercial that's on TV right now. And the first time that I saw this commercial, my wife and I commented on this. And it's for, I will not say the name of the company, but this particular company makes these things that you would put in a dishwasher to clean your dishes, right? The little dishwasher, little tabs.
Yeah.
Right? And what they say on this commercial is that you save so much water by using a dishwasher that even if you don't have very many dishes, you should just run your dishwasher every night because you don't have to use water. And it features all of these couples, and you will have seen this commercial. Again, I won't say the name of the company, but you will have seen this commercial where they try to work in a little innuendo. So they're like, there's a couple sitting on the couch and they're like, we do it every night. And then like, it's like some old people are like, we do it as often as we can. And, you know, like all these things, like trying to be clever and stuff. And of course, what they're talking about is running their dishwasher. So the idea here is that you save water by running your dishwasher all the time. If you only have 3 or 4 plates, doesn't matter, just run the dishwasher, right? You just throw in one of these tabs and then run the dishwasher. You're going to save so much in water. Well, obviously, who would want you to run the dishwasher every single night, even if you had one bowl in it? Naturally, it would be the company that is making the little detergent thing that goes in the dishwasher, because now you are burning through those things way faster than you ever would ordinarily if you waited for a full dishwasher load. So there's like, oh, if you just have a coffee cup, just use one of those things, just use a little packet and just, of course. But that's the whole idea, is that they're like, I bet 20% of the audience is so freaking stupid that they're going to see this and be like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Like they said it, that company that I trust. I don't know why you would trust them, because all they do is clean your dishes. But, you know, like that, they're a big company, and they said, I'll save money on my water. How much? I promise you. The difference. It would be like saying, every time I got a pair of dirty socks, I throw in a Tide Pod and I wash those socks right up. Yes, I use less water. So yeah, of course you do. But you use way more Tide Pods. Again, why is the messaging coming to you from the good people of Tide? They're like the only people that are benefiting from this. No scientists have come out and said like, you know, there should be like an opposing view commercial that comes on afterwards. Like, hey guys, for the record, water is actually the thing that we're in shortage of. So like, that's the thing that we want to try to protect is the water. We don't really care about it from a Tide Pods or any other company perspective.
Yeah. Please don't use your dishwasher for 3 plates. Please.
Come on.
Think of your children. Now, have you seen the new commercial with the dishwashing tabs that are appealing to your heartstrings, where the kid takes its first step and the dad misses it because he's washing the dishes? Dang, I missed my...
I'm a terrible father.
Because I'm washing dishes.
These dirty dishes. I told her I did not want to be doing dishes, and now I've ruined my relationship with my child.
I was like, bro, really?
So stupid, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when the commercials are that stupid, how stupid do you think they think you are? That they're going to run that dumb of a commercial and that you're going to respond to it. They really think you are that stupid.
Oh, I mean, they already think
I have news for you. You are. Most of you listening to this are that stupid. Yep. I mean, and it's not an insult to our fine listeners from the world, all over the world. However, empirically, percentages still exist. You probably are that stupid. Not all of you, but lots of you are that stupid.
Listen, if you're running a dishwasher with 3 dirty plates or cups, look, you probably are. We still want you to listen. We love you.
Listen and learn.
You're probably not the brains.
Listen and learn.
Yeah. You're probably not like,
it's like the Jeff Foxworthy thing about like, you might be a redneck. It's like, if you are washing 3 plates, you might be stupid. That's the, if you're using the dishwasher for that. It's funny because that's a thing between my wife and I, where I always hand wash dishes. Always. I eat, we will have dinner, and then I will immediately pick up the plates. I go in, I do the dishes. And she's like, just put them in the dishwasher. The dishwasher's already, it's dirty. There's stuff in there. And usually I'm like, by the time I rinse them off, and then I load these things in the dishwasher, I've already washed them. Like, it's done. The problem's done. I've solved it. And I don't even have to think about it. I rarely use a dishwasher. I'm someone who could easily exist without a dishwasher.
You're using the wrong dishwasher.
That's right.
Because the idea is you don't even have to rinse your plates.
You don't have to do anything.
No.
Yeah.
Just pop
And
them
I
in
just-
there.
Yeah.
Throw a tab in. Yeah.
They do everything.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And I'm probably the wrong person to be speaking about this because of the fact that I don't use a dishwasher that often. I probably shouldn't be commenting on how stupid people are for how often they use their dishwasher. I would use it like 3 or 4 times a year, probably, if it were just solely me. Because and then I have to unload the dishwasher.
No,
Now, I will say this. My wife's going to listen to this episode. 99.9% of all times that the dishwasher has ever been unloaded, it was done by her. So
Right.
But I'm saying this not as I have to, but more in the grander eye of the universal eye of the person, the owner of the dishwasher, then has to unload the dishwasher.
Sure. I think we probably run ours 2 to 3 times a week, depending. So
yeah.
But it's for me, it's a quick rinse. My wife will essentially scrub the dishes and then put them in there. I'm like, hon, like,
he wants to boil them, delouse them, and then
it's like
bleach
when you
dip and then put them in the dishwasher.
Like when you hire a house cleaner and you clean your house up before the house cleaner gets there. Kind of the same thing. I'm like, well, we might as well just wash them now, But
yeah. Well, I digress because we were talking about orange juice flavored cereal, and that's really what people want to hear about. I mean,
that's it.
I don't want to bury the lead here. I don't know if they're still making it. I don't know. Yeah, if people are listening, they're probably very curious. Like, what's the end result of the Tropicana Crunch cereal? I assume there were several deaths and that they stopped.
Imagine if there's got to be that. I always think there's got to be that one person that just absolutely loved it, couldn't get enough of it, goes to the store to buy it, and realizes that they no longer make it. I was like, well, dang, man. You know?
They finally made something that I could enjoy.
Yeah, I love this. And now they don't make it. Like, just for me, it's the pretzel M&Ms. Love those things. But apparently now they've stopped making them.
Oh,
I don't
really?
like any of the other M&Ms. Apparently, yeah, my wife said, and we were looking for them at the store, and she's like, yeah, I think they were stopping making them. If they had them discounted down in some places, and I was like, oh, we should get some. And of course, they were all gone because apparently other people realized they were no longer there. And then Fruit Stripe gum. Remember Fruit Stripe gum?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Fruit Stripe.
They're discontinuing it. Now you have to go on eBay to buy Fruit Stripe gum, which is for like a little, I guess you would call it case. I don't even know how many comes in, like a little, cardboard case.
Little pack.
$150.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what would normally probably cost you $4 or $5 now cost you about $150 because they no longer make it, and everybody went in there, bought them up to resell them on eBay. Not that I like Fruit Stripe gum. I mean, as a kid, you liked it because
sure,
that was just the cool thing to have.
Yeah.
Of course, the flavor left 3 seconds after you put it in your mouth. So
you couldn't even get cavities from Fruit Stripe gum because there's nothing to it.
But there was something. We talk about innovation. Like, can you not make longer lasting flavor Fruit Stripe gum? No, they couldn't, and they didn't try. They were like, "It's good enough."
Yeah,
it's good.
It's 2 things. Number 1, it's probably good enough. Number 2, we're not that good at making gum. We don't understand how it works. We don't know how to make it better.
No.
If we could make it better for the exact same price, we would. But we will not spend more money to make it better.
No.
And we will not learn how to make it better. So if it accidentally ends up being better one time, then great, we'll try to do it again. But we have no way to know.
We make gum. Do you think we have $250 bill for market and research and development? No.
Yeah, we got that.
We're not Tide Pods. We're not Tropicana.
That's right. Well, look, here's the thing, right? I just looked it up, and you can technically still buy Tropicana Crunch. Here it is on eBay, $30 a box.
See, people bought that up to resell it on eBay.
And let me tell you something. I saw other listings on here that were like $90 for Tropicana Crunch. So there it is.
Cereal made for OJ.
Yeah. Can you imagine such a thing?
$30 for a box.
Wanted to see if they had it just says Tropicana Crunch Honey Almond Cereal. Made for OJ with a straw. What?
Oh. So I guess you could drink it after.
That's
you're
the
done.
idea. Must be. Yep.
You know, this is for
There you
busy people on the go. They don't have time to eat
Use a
cereal with
spoon.
milk. Yeah.
Use a spoon
And
or
then
anything.
drink their OJ.
Here's the
We
thing.
get it all done in one shot.
I don't want to get too in the weeds on this. God forbid. We never do that on this show.
No.
But if you are a person who is going to pour orange juice over your cereal, eat the cereal, and then use a straw to drink the leftover orange juice, I guarantee you were already sitting down to breakfast with a straw because you were using it to drink the milk before this cereal came out. Like, this isn't a new innovation. This, like, Tropicana could have saved how many millions of dollars were spent on manufacturing straws. Tropicana does not make straws. They manufactured straws. They put it in the cereal, so it comes with a straw.
So you are now drinking your orange juice.
Yeah.
Just now bitterly with, granola in it. So now you get the flavor of granola in your orange juice. Because it's not like I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a glass of orange juice, but the last time I did, I promised I did not put granola in it.
Yeah, it was not granola heavy.
No, it wasn't. So,
well, each his own.
But listen, I'm probably not their target demographic.
Probably not. That's a great point. It's a point that we could spend more time on. We won't, but you're probably not. You're probably not. I think the target demographic for Tropicana Crunch, and again, that is cereal that has orange juice poured over it. The target demographic is serial killers. Now, we know we did it on the show before, the countries with the most serial killers, and it is not a coincidence. USA was number one by a very, very large margin.
Yeah.
And here we go. I mean, this is something made for serial killers.
Yeah. They have a niche audience and they appeal to it. Good for them.
That's right.
Good for them.
Got to know your audience. Got to know your demographic.
Yeah. Now, serial killers are going to be more pissed because they got to spend $30 for a box of it.
There's going to be a lot of rage killings going on out there.
So maybe they didn't really help the society, but here we are.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. All right, let's move on here. So, technology changing constantly. There's the constant evolution and desire for technology to change. This is a little thing I saw the other day, which is a theft deterrent device from the 60s for a briefcase. This gentleman is holding the briefcase, he hands it off to somebody. Look at these giant spikes that come out of this thing. The guy can't let go of it. His hand is stuck under the handle. It's being crushed. They have to unlock this thing in multiple places to release his hand. These spikes that come out of this thing are, what do you think those are? 10 feet? 8 feet? They got to be 8 feet, at least 6 feet. I don't know how tall the guy is that's doing it.
Yeah, the guy doesn't look super tall, but I'm going to say minimally 6 feet tall.
Yes. 6 foot giant spikes, one out of the bottom, 2 from the sides that just stick out, and then the handle draws in to crush your hand. So if you stole that from somebody, that's what gets activated.
So literally you could fit nothing else in this briefcase because it's just full of spikes.
Exactly. And if you're carrying this briefcase around, you are hoping to induce theft.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason you want to carry it around, because the thing probably weighs 47 pounds.
I mean, this is just this is entrapment. If you're carrying this around, it's entrapment because you're luring someone into stealing it from you. They call it Dangerous Suitcase Anti-Theft System from 1961.
Oh, it's amazing. That thing had to be so heavy.
Just like exhaustedly lugging it around. And here's the other thing. If somebody steals the thing from you, if they turn it the wrong way, one of the spikes just goes into you. Like it's great. Like if you're just at the right angle, because this thing has a spike shoots out of the bottom, 2 on angles out of the sides. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I don't want that thing coming near me.
Yeah, and if we're close enough to it, the ones that shoot out the side,
Yeah.
Probably would stab you in the neck or something, go right through you, impale you.
It's beyond me, man. I don't understand. Like, and again, this is early. It was 1961.
Sure.
They had the idea, but maybe we weren't quite sophisticated enough. The alien technology had not kicked in for us enough yet to figure out the anti-theft deterrent. So at that time, it was 6-foot spikes that just jut out of, again, there's no usable space inside of it. You could fit you could fit thumbtacks in there or something like that. Maybe your fruit stripe gum. You could you could put a pack of fruit stripe gum.
But those are probably shredded to pieces when that thing goes off.
You're like, honey, I'm heading off to my business trip in Dallas. Well, do you have your suitcase back? I do. I got my underwear, my fruit stripe gum, and I'm heading out of here. And then they're just destroyed. Destroyed. Think about a Game of Thrones. If Game of Thrones had a briefcase, that would be it.
Mm-hmm. And then your wife's like, "Well, honey, you let me carry this out for you." No, oh God!
Now I have to raise 3 kids all by myself.
It's gonna take you 6 hours to get the spikes back in, and hope you had the key to unlock her out of there.
Yeah, my hand is being crushed. I don't know where the key is.
I don't know.
I forgot about that part of it. Usually the spikes do the job. I forgot about the hand crushing handle. What neighborhood do you live in where briefcases are in heavy use, but they're being stolen with such frequency that spikes and withdrawing handles are needed? Don't mess around.
Same people that bought the orange juice flavored cereal bought this. Yeah,
that's right. Yes, yes. There sometimes, like you mentioned earlier, you are not the demographic for the orange juice flavor. I do not know who the demographic is for the unstealable briefcase, unusable and unstealable briefcase.
Yeah. I guess again, your briefcase is not getting stolen.
Yeah.
But there's nothing in it to steal, so
yeah.
Besides the briefcase,
it has no value.
Itself. No.
The only people that would steal it would be people that want to steal the technology that you have that was able to create those anti-theft things.
To use for evil.
Yes. Yeah, like how could you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Very strange.
Al-Qaeda gets a hold of it, and now here we are.
That's how it works. I've seen it too many times.
Too many times.
Man. We talked earlier about kids with the gender reveal thing. I found this clip the other day, and it is so good. I hope that I'm able to play the audio. And I'm not sure that it will be allowed by YouTube, but I'm willing to try it.
It's worth
Let me
the
set
risk.
the scene. A daughter, young girl, teenager, is in her room. She's kind of singing. She's sitting at a desk. She's probably presumably live streaming something. She's singing. She's on the computer. She's recording herself. She's in her bedroom. Her mother busts into the room. And the argument and conversation that happened here between a daughter and a mother is something that I hope none of our audience ever has to go through. But let's have a listen together.
I had them apple bottom jeans.
Singing. Great voice.
The whole club looking at her. She's Jessica. Did you sleep with your goddamn teacher? What? Did you sleep with your teacher? Mr. Wilson? Mr. Wilson.
Wait. Right away. Mr. Wilson, how many teachers? If you're like me in school, you probably had 6 different teachers. Instantly. Oh, you're talking about Mr. Wilson. And then the denial.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't. I was failing chemistry. In a span, a lot happened there, but in a span of about 5 seconds, it went from no, I didn't, to I was failing chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of the house! Careful, you're out! Out!
Okay. All right. All right. Again, I hope that was fake.
I hope so too.
I really want it to be fake. Girl looks like she's maybe 16, 17, something like that.
Sure.
I mean, again, at least thankfully not a child, right? Not a child, a true child, but still
Yes.
not like I'm laughing because of watching and the screaming and the hysterics. I'm not laughing about the situation. This girl has some scumbag teacher who apparently was willing to sleep with her to improve her grade. And that was her excuse, and her reasoning was, I was failing chemistry.
Like, what do you want me to do?
What the heck do you want me to do, Ma? What am I supposed to do? Fail chemistry?
Yeah.
No, I will not fail chemistry.
I'm not a loser. I don't know. I'm not a loser. I'm not a quitter.
No. The last thing I'm going to let happen to me is get a poor grade in chemistry. You didn't raise that type of daughter. Not going to do it. It's so bad. And the thing that again, I pray it's not real. I'm going to work from the assumption that it's fake. And therefore, when we laugh about it, I'm laughing about it from the perspective and idea that this isn't real. If it isn't real, really well done. Really well done.
Yeah.
Mom's not going to get over that one for a while. Pretty adamant. Pack your stuff. You're out of the house. You're out. And she was very vociferous about her delivery of that message. Very vocal, very loud. And then just a shared guttural screaming between it only can come from people that are in the same family. There's no way. There are certain things that are just in DNA that can't, like, there is no, outside of a family member, there's no way that scream together happens. It doesn't matter if you grew up around another family, if it's a friend of your, no, that can only happen in biological families. Mm-hmm. That level of scream together.
That synchronized screaming, yes, if you will.
Yes. Yeah. It can only happen. There's only one set of circumstances. And like, if you're not sure, like, you know, I heard we did a story a while back on 23andMe, you know, and their data breach and everything, and mm-hmm, you know, the Ancestry website. I heard that they're now going to be filing bankruptcy, it looks like, and probably going out of business.
Oh, good.
And so we talked about that at the time, but they could just start a new company and just like put two people in a room, have them scream like this, and then you have a pretty good feel. Oh, you're definitely related. Yeah. Like, or no, you are not. You are not related.
You have a 38% chance of being related based on the tones of your scream. More likely your first cousins.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's all you need. And that was, there were so many things about the video in theory that were funny. Mom busts in. Did you sleep with your teacher? Mr. Wilson?
No.
Should no be the first thing that comes out versus the teacher's name? Or even, wait, what? No, what are you talking about? Like, there's no question about it. It's like, oh, Mr. Wilson you're talking about? Mm-hmm. No, is what we agreed to say.
Yeah.
We both said we would say no if this came up. So my answer to you, Mom, is no.
No.
Thanks. See you at dinner.
Yeah. Meatloaf again? Can't wait.
So crazy. But hey, Mom ain't messing around.
No, I think I would probably have the same reaction had that been my daughter as well.
I hope so. Yes, I think so. I think that is a universal reaction. I hope it's a universal reaction.
I hope so.
Because if Mom's reaction was like, so you you did get an okay grade in chemistry then. Like, then that's a whole different set of problems.
Yeah.
Go arrest that mother. Go arrest that mother and only let her eat cereal with orange juice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move on from this. There are jobs that are inherently dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
This job I saw the other day, you know, a pilot in the military, obviously an incredibly dangerous job.
Sure.
There's no getting around that. I saw this the other day. I've seen it a couple times now. There is no way that this should be dangerous for the reason that it is. In this situation, this person, he's a pilot in the U.S. military. And we don't need to hear any sound. I'll just describe it. The guy is in the cockpit of the plane. He's on the runway. And he's just opened the cockpit. Planes are taking off around him. And he's just sitting there. This plane comes right over him, like doesn't see him, I guess. The wing of the plane hits directly behind this guy's head, but it just so happens that the back of the plane lifts up and has like a protective area behind his head, or he would have been completely decapitated. This plane is like,
oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just incredible.
Spins the plane around and everything. Yeah. The force that thing was coming with. Oh my gosh.
Presumably the plane had just landed. So it's landing on the runway, taxiing down the runway, and has just like, I mean, smacked right into the back of this guy's head. And just dumb luck that, I mean, thank God he hadn't even stood up. Like, even if he had stood up to get out of the plane or something, you know, like
done. Imagine that's the way you die. Like, you know, you're an Air Force pilot, you know, you kind of expect there's a lot of inherent dangers. You don't expect it after you've landed. It's like the guy last week that landed jumping out of an airplane and kangaroos beat the crap out of him. Like, it's just not the way you expect to go.
Not the way, yeah.
No, in the air, sure. Yeah, you understand? Like, brave soldier. Like, how would you go and tell his widow?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He got decapitated. Oh my gosh. Someone blew his plane up.
He's a pilot.
Yeah. Does his plane get blown up? No.
It was sort of a hit and run. I don't understand. How could that happen?
Yeah.
And he was on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, this has to either be like, I would love to hear more about this or research a little more. Who was at fault here? Like, it seems like an odd place for him to have landed, but he didn't make it seem like he was in the wrong by landing there either. He's just hanging out. Is this air traffic control? Is this like, you know, or he shouldn't have been there? Because, I mean, you saw the other planes like beside him that were either landing or getting ready to take off. Yeah, that is wild. Yeah. That is wild. Imagine that's the way you go out.
Oh, scary, man. Scary. Then, you know, we're almost to the end, and this is this is something you want to get cultural. You want to be a more cultured, worldly person.
Mm-hmm.
There's something in Mexico called the Festival of the Hammers. And it is a really interesting festival. And the idea behind this, from what we saw and learned about it, is that it essentially celebrates kind of what they consider the Mexican Robin Hood. And so it is really this exploding hammer festival. It's in this area called San Juan de la Vega. And they are known for having the Festival of the Exploding Hammers. So it's most noted for its unique Exploding Sledgehammer Festival. That's a tribute to San Juanito. It takes place every February. Locals affix homemade explosives to heads of sledgehammers. and then they hammer these things against metal rails, and it explodes. And so just to kind of give you real quick view of what the Festival of Exploding Hammers looks like.
I guess you
I don't need the music, sorry, but look at that. This dude.
How far the hammer flies in the air. I mean,
it is a huge sledgehammer, and it just ejects this massive explosion. It ejects out of his hands. He gets thrown back. Boom. It was just crazy. The Festival of Exploding Hammers. And I know there were some other ones. I'm trying to figure out if I can get in to see some of the other angles that they had there. See if I can find it again.
Yeah,
but
they had some great views on those. I'm so confused as to how this honors the Mexican Robin Hood, because obviously back in those days they didn't have exploding. Is this what he was known for?
Right.
I was trying to figure out what the tradition actually was, like how they settled upon strapping explosive to a sledgehammer and you hammer it as hard as you can into metal.
Yeah.
And have it explode. I'm very confused as to how this honors the Mexican Robin Hood. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, sure.
I want to see more of it, but I'm so confused as to how this honors him.
Yeah. How did they determine that this is the best way
Yeah.
to honor the Mexican Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up. I can't seem to bring up that because we do have some other angles, some other video stuff, but yeah, it's not coming up for some reason. But yeah, it's crazy. And the thing that's great too is they've done this thing. They do it in a field outside of town. So what they say is the celebration stems from the 17th century when the town's namesake, considered Mexico's Robin Hood, battled with the area's wealthy landowners. The modern day celebration is a reenactment of this skirmish. Despite the concern of several groups and calls to end the tradition, the festival has continued for over 300 years. But it is not without incident, because in 2020, they had 43 injuries at the festival. So
weird. No idea how that could have possibly be dangerous at all.
Yeah, you
like,
wouldn't
I don't
think.
understand. Like, I feel like, yeah, how many participated? 43? Because I don't understand how you would not be injured in some sort of way by doing this. Like,
No,
I don't.
it definitely.
I mean, just imagine the explosion in your, like, just blowing out your eardrums should be classified as an injury. So I don't know how every single person wasn't injured.
It is definitely a thing that is ripe for injury. I do have some other angles here, some other things I was just able to bring up. Let's see if we can get these to play. Again, Festival of the Exploding Hammers in Mexico. I mean, these guys, of course they're injured. Like the internal bleeding that's probably happening. Swing a hammer straight down with explosives, so when it explodes, they're over top of it.
I mean, they are so close to this. I mean,
yeah. It's insane, man. But yeah, I mean, that's what these guys do. Like, they're just going around like, this is like looks like a kid almost hitting this thing. Yeah. Some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, you start them small, start them
young,
little
yeah.
explosion.
Yeah, it's such a small charge you put in there. You don't even hardly know about it when you're a kid. But I mean, the impact from these exploding hammers, I mean, it's like the ground shakes.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
You can't even see them at one point.
No,
like
they're just gone.
Gone.
Oof. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, all like literally everything that's happening is just guys swinging sledgehammers that are covered in explosives. And then it looks like a bomb goes off.
People always wonder why women live longer than men. And it's not that difficult to figure out, because you don't see any women out here swinging explosive hammers, do you?
No. And honestly, it's upsetting because we need more equality and women need to step up in this area and start getting those exploding hammers going.
Yeah, if we have to lessen our life expectancy, I mean, let's be equal in everything we do.
Women can swing an exploding hammer just as well as any man can.
If not better.
I've always said that.
I would argue just as better. If not,
Yeah.
yeah, just as good, if not better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as better, if not good.
Just better, if not worse, but you get the point.
You've actually been swinging an exploding hammer. You a little disoriented for a moment.
Yeah. We're actually going to do a live on set exploding hammer here probably this summer. We're working
That's
on it.
right.
We're getting out the logistics. Got to pull the permits.
Yeah.
They won't
Insurance
just
is
let
a
you
killer.
do that. Yeah, they won't just let you
Insurance.
do that anywhere.
Yeah. Insurance is such a killer. I mean, you gotta they want an arm and a leg, literally, which they're convinced that you will lose both of those if you go to the Festival of Exploding Hammers. Oh man. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We're gonna close with a legend making a legendary statement.
Mm-hmm.
Many of you may have heard of Mattress Mack, but most of you probably haven't. Mattress Mack is an old dude who is in Houston. He owns a big furniture store. We really know Mattress Mack from his gambling because Mattress Mack will go out, he picks a team he likes in the World Series. He'll put $1 million, $2 million on it. He doesn't care. He puts massive bets down. And he'll create crazy videos and stuff, and to hype up his bets and everything. So he's very well known, very wealthy guy, obviously very successful. He just put out a new, what would you call this? Is this a new ad for Mattress Mack? I guess it's a new ad.
Yeah.
Commercial, video, whatever. So to set the tone here for our podcast listeners, Mattress Mack is sitting at a table. Again, he looks like he's like 80. He's probably not, but he's a frail looking little old man. So he's not young.
No, and by any stretch of the imagination is not young. No, he's now I need to look it up.
Well, he's sitting at a table and he's wearing a purple puffer coat and has a purple bandana tied around his head. In front of him is a bunch of Jolly Ranchers and a styrofoam cup with Sprite in it. And do you have Mattress Mack's age?
About to turn 73, February 11th.
Okay, about to turn 73. So everything I just told you, I want you to envision a man in a purple coat and a bandana around his head, and he's mixing Jolly Ranchers in with his Sprite, and he's 73 years old, and he has a message for you if you're out there and you are interested in learning. Here's Mattress Mack. Pimp C and Lil Kiki. Is it playing?
No, not on my side. So I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure. So you're watching it yourself, huh?
Yes, I'm watching myself.
$600 off.
Okay, we're going to try that one more time. There might be some editing done in this episode. Okay.
Not bad. Did you get chopped and screwed by a competitor who said they were going to hook it up, then went ghost when it was time for your delivery? Here at Gallery Furniture, we stay knocking on doors like MC and Little Kiki. And when you cop from Gallery Furniture, in 4 hours or less, our delivery team is going to show out because we don't do it for the clout. This is what Gallery Furniture and we are all about. We can't leave you riding dirty on that hand-me-down sofa. We need you to shine so clean with that new from Gallery Furniture. Text me, Mattress Mack, your triple OG partner from the north side at 281-844-1963. I'm going to plug you in with $600 off your purchase of $2,000 or more because a real hustler like you got to be living lavish.
Got to be living lavish.
Oh, I told you. I do not get offended for other people. This might be my one exception. I mean, how much stereotyping could you possibly do in one video?
Got the Jolly Ranchers and the Sprite. Got the bandana.
You put this out at the beginning of Black History Month. So obviously you had to have done this on purpose. This is embarrassing.
Mattress Mack does it for the children. Mattress Mack.
Mattress Mack don't care, is what he says.
No. But listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing though. I'm gonna argue the opposite.
Oh, okay.
If you
go for it.
If you're Mattress Mack and you see someone out there riding dirty on a hand-me-down sofa, what are you supposed to do? You're not going to jump in just because it happens to be February?
Right. Sure. I guess.
The man told you he doesn't do it for the clout. At Gallery Furniture, they don't do it for the clout. But at the end of the day, like if I'm sitting back, if I'm Mattress Mack and I'm sitting back and I see you, some poor sucker who got chopped and screwed by a competitor, and I have the ability to step in, not unlike Lil Kiki, and I can help you in some way. I mean, that's on me. I got to do that. I got to help.
Sure. And you got to do it in the most stereotypical way. I understand, Mattress. I understand, Double M.
I mean, if you want to make it a racial thing, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
but
on
we
me, I
don't
guess.
know Mattress Mack well enough to know that this could be authentic. This could be the real Mattress Mack.
That's just who he is. Yeah, I mean, he's from Houston. I mean,
he's from the North Side.
Yeah,
he's the OG partner from the North Side. You said it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how he talks. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So what you're asking him to do
is not be him.
Hide himself, right?
Yeah,
and
that's not be him. Yeah,
not be him.
Not
cool.
be him.
That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Whew. Yeah. That is that's risky. That's risky, but that's what Mattress Mack does, man. He's not afraid to take a risk.
He takes his risks. Mattress Mack loves risk. He is a risk taker. He loves it. And I also think that you can't overlook the fact that he has been successful. What I really love, and one of my favorite things about the Mattress Mack store, is that he is his name is James McGinvale. He goes by Jim. He's not Mac. There's no Mac.
Seems appropriate for a 73-year-old white guy who runs a mattress store. I would assume that would just be his name. It's probably not even his given name. You know, you own a mattress store, you're automatically an old guy named Jim.
Yeah, he's an old guy named Jim. Jim McGinvale. McKinvale, something like that. Mattress Mack. But again, the real question is, where did Mattress Mack come from? Like, that's the thing. That's where if the people, all the people that want to talk with Mattress Mack, he's 72 years old, people want to discuss with him. But like, where exactly? That's what I want to find out. Where's the birth of Mattress Mack? Why isn't he Mattress Jim?
Well, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Doesn't ring.
And if his last name is McGinville, maybe that's, just throw mattress and throw Mac on there, Makes perfect sense.
But he couldn't be Mattress Matt. It had to be Mattress Mack.
Well, he's a Mac, so what are you going to do?
He's a Mac.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, to give you an idea, like, because we talked about like Mattress Mack or Jim, makes very, very big bets. Here's a good one for you. 2022, Mattress Jim placed an unsuccessful $4.5 million bet on the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl. The largest mobile bet in sports betting history. However, as a result of the Houston Astros winning the 2022 World Series, Mack won $75 million in total sports betting payouts. The highest total in sports betting history.
There you go. Mattress Mack don't care.
He don't care. Because he's lost most of that. He turned around and has lost $9.2 million betting on the last two national championship games. He bet 6.2 million on Alabama in 2022, and Georgia won 33-18. Year later, he bet against Georgia, putting 3 million on the TCU Horned Frogs to pull the upset. Georgia instead won 65-7. He lost a total of $9.2 million just in the last 2 college football championship games. But he's playing with house money because he got $75 million from that Astros win. I mean,
sure. Yeah, I mean, you can.
He's printing money from his furniture store as well.
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, who knew that there was that much money in furniture?
I mean,
you realize how many couches you have to sell to be able to bet $4.5 million on the Bengals to win anything ever?
Sure.
That's the worst bet already in the history of bets. I would have taken that money.
Exactly. Yep.
I would have taken that bet all day.
Absolutely.
Mattress James, Mattress James, I see your $4.5 million, and I raise you another $4.5 million. I don't have it, but I'm not sure that the Bengals won't win. Yeah, I won't need it.
I won't need it.
But man, yeah, Mattress Mack.
Just no other competition there in the Houston area. Huh? He's got a conglomerate over there, and he takes up all the space over there. He's got a 90% market share in the furniture business in Houston.
He draws a lot of water in that area. There ain't no doubt about that. And yeah, it is insane what he has been able to, I guess you could call it, accomplish. But this is from Fox in Houston. The new Mattress Mack, what they call gangsta commercial, announcing a new sale goes viral. And he's seemingly seen mixing what is called lean, which of course is the drink. And of course, that drink also usually has like cough syrup and things.
I was gonna say like NyQuil or something, right? I think it's something. Yeah.
Yeah. So needless to say, though, Mattress Mack, he's out doing his thing, and he's getting the attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't care if it's good attention, bad attention. Attention is attention, right?
Everything sells furniture.
That's it.
Whatever moves those coat racks. All that matters.
Gosh,
I got a room full of ottomans here, and I got to get them out. Somebody get me my puffer jacket, a bandana, and some Jolly Ranchers. I don't know the demographics of his business, so maybe he's speaking to his clientele, man. I mean, I just don't know.
Maybe they love him so much that they're like, "Oh, Mac, you're crazy." I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it's
not like, "Whoa, bro, you really put that out during Black History Month, huh?" That's the ad you went with. Boy, he's got a room full of yes men.
Guys, it's me. It's Mattress Mack.
That's Mac.
You know me. I'm your OG partner from the North Side. You can't be upset about this. Come on. He mentions later in the video, too, that at one point in his life, he boxed Muhammad Ali. I stopped it before that. So let me, just to finish this here, I would be remiss if I didn't allow Mattress Mack to say his piece. Let's let him finish the deal here. Let me back up just a little bit here so we can hear everything they had to say. He wants you living lavish.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick up there.
Got to be living lavish. And if your credit is all up, I run it like a millionaire and Slim Thugger. Pull up to any gallery furniture location. We're going to fight to get you financing like when I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago. Of all time. Let's get it.
Okay, so there's so many more things.
Oh my God.
So there's like when I fought Muhammad Ali so many years ago. But then my favorite, and maybe my favorite thing of the entire thing, and I don't know why it is, but I just love this part, is what he says right after that. And I'm gonna play it here, and I want you to try to hear it, because he reminds you exactly who Muhammad Ali is.
Fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, the greatest of all time.
And I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, the greatest of all time. Like,
so was the greatest of all time was many years ago? Like, it's just a weird place to put that at, right?
But in this scenario, you're assuming that people don't know who Muhammad Ali was. They're watching a Mattress Mack video.
Okay.
But it's like, when I fought Muhammad Ali many years ago, greatest of all time. And are you saying that you're the second greatest of all time because you fought him? Now it's that was Muhammad's time, but this is my time. This is the Mack time. This is Mattress Mack's time.
Yeah.
It was Muhammad time before. Yeah. It's Mack time now. Mattress Mack is here for you. And he ain't in it for the clout.
Mack needs his gap.
Yeah, so we've gone way too long and belabored this point, but I just thought, like, they say, you know, all press is good press, and this is, I don't know what it is exactly, but I will say that all I see are things going viral about him, but not exactly necessarily negative, I guess. But I do see in the Houston Chronicle, viral gangster Mattress Mack ads draws backlash for apparently promoting stereotypes and drug use. So, okay. So maybe that one got you.
That was probably, just the other mattress company trying to.
Right. Just haters.
Yeah. Haters. That's all it is.
Apparently there's a second video.
Oh, joy. Apparently
there's a second Mattress Mack video.
Where he apologizes for appropriating.
It's a good question because I don't know. I'm not sure. I do not get the feeling that Mattress Mack is a big apologist. That's just the vibe I get. I don't think you got to worry about old Mattress.
Yeah. Huh.
Mattress don't apologize.
Yeah. He's 73 years old in 6 days. What does he care?
Yeah. Yeah. Mattress Mack's doing his thing. So anyway, we don't need to keep going on it, but I just thought it was not only very funny, a lot of interesting decisions being made there.
The people that greenlit this, like, I don't, maybe he has the final say in everything, and you just say, all right, man, this is what you want.
You win, Mattress. You win again. You win again, Mattress. You rascal.
Yeah.
You scoundrel. You Mattress Mack. You daggone rascal. You win again. Can't tell you. And you know what? He's probably going to make like an extra $10 million from this thing going viral. People complain about it, but then they're looking it up and they're talking about it. And, you know, it's just more.
Now, he said I got 600 off 2,000, right?
I don't love everything about this, but I like that part of it.
Yeah, I don't love his blatant racism, but that's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. You know what? I call it stereotype for savings, and I'm okay with it. I wouldn't pay regular price. If I was paying regular price, Mac would be a horrible, horrible racist and terribly insulting to me. But for $600 off 2,000, you don't turn that money down. That's pretty daggone good.
You just overlook. It's like all the people in poverty locations that keep voting Democrat. They just still get my money, right? Yeah.
I mean, that's like 30% off.
Sure,
so I can be 20% mad at him, but I'm getting 30% off. So
it balances out. Yeah, it balances out. So.
Oh, Mattress. Oh, Mattress.
Oh, Matt. Matty Mack.
All right. Well, I think that's everything we got. God knows it's been more than enough. been more than anyone wanted.
Oh, that's for sure.
The top request that we get oftentimes from our fans is give us less. Like we'd love less, significantly less.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not none, but just a lot less.
Yeah.
None adjacent, but not none.
We just haven't been able to quantify it yet, so we just keep doing what we're doing. We
We're
got
just
R&D on it.
We're just like Mattress Mack. We sit here like we're judging him, but we are basically just like him. We don't care either.
Nope. Once we get that R&D budget up, we'll figure it out. Until then,
we'll figure it out. Till then, you're just gonna have to keep dealing with it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I genuinely would like to offer my condolences and apologies.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying that sincerely. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
Sorry.
But yeah, anyway, I think that will pretty well do it for us. So, any last words for you tonight?
Save your money, man. Hit up Mac.
Save your money, absolutely. Head to Gallery Furniture.
That's it.
Visit Mattress Mack. If you got chopped and screwed by a competitor, he's going to take care of it. Otherwise, that's it for us, everybody. We'll talk next week. Thank you.
Good night.